I should probably disconnect this before someone gets hurt. Hi, I'm Marta and this is NotEnoughTECH. Today we are talking about this. This is a connected smart switch and it helps you to turn on and off devices like this. Okay, this is a light bulb, it's not very exciting. But what's exciting about this part is that you put it in a wall or up in the ceiling and you can connect a smart switch and a wall switch together, which is brilliant. And you probably come across a device like this before, especially from ITS store. It was called a Sonoff Mini, and I've got a video about Sonoff Mini in here. But today I've got this one, which isn't exactly branded. I've got it on Banggood and it was about £8, so I thought I'll give it a go. And by default there are two versions of this. One connects to Tuya ecosystem and one uses eWelink app. And I've picked eWelink app because I think it was cheaper. So how does it rank against devices like Sonoff Mini or Shelly One? Well, you're here to find out, so let's find out. But first, a small demonstration that this actually works, and then I'll tell you everything what infuriates me about this device and how I'm super thankful that I bought it anyway. So the application of this is very simple. You connect the switch somewhere in between the physical switch and the light source. I'll get on that in a second, and you'll be able to enjoy the traditional switching and the smart switching options as well. So let's give it a go. Hey Google, turn unbranded Sonoff on. Hey, it worked! Excellent! You can also link it with Alexa. Turn unbranded Sonoff off. Okay, it works, so why would you want this instead of a Sonoff Mini or Shelly device? Let's get to the frustrating meat of things. So let's talk about infuriating things first, because there are things that just boil my blood. First of all, the pairing. Whoever decided that you need to toggle this thing 20 times in order to get into a compatible pairing mode, this is the only pairing mode that actually works, deserves to be dealt with. And I mean, like, there are simple ways of doing this. On top of that, there is a buzzer. Yes, there is a buzzer inside this device, for whatever reason, and it's only a tiny little bit quieter than my smoke alarm, and it will buzz you every 30 seconds in a pairing mode until it gets paired. And if you ever paired things with the eWelink app, you know they takes about 1 to 2 minutes. Now, at first I've tried the quick pairing mode, something that you only have to toggle the device 10 times, and I've tried that probably, I don't know, 5 or 7 times, so imagine the amount of buzzing in my house when I was trying to figure out why I can't pair this in a normal mode. Then occurred to me to try the compatible mode and it worked. By that time I was really frustrated and ready to give up on this device, but well, the rest of the experience was, you would expect, just okay. It works like any other eWelink device. You've got the usual options. You can run it in the LAN only mode, you can have your in-chain settings, you can have timers, schedules, etc. That's great. And as I showcased to you before, you can have a control from the smart apps or smart assistants. Not a problem at all. Now that the rant is over, let's talk about other features. First of all, unlike Sonoff Mini, this device is rated for 16 amps. I probably wouldn't try to push 16 amps through it and keep it to lights. Lights don't draw as much power, but that's the current rating that's given with this product, and it's slightly bigger than 10 amps with Sonoff Mini. Now, the connectors or terminals, they are very solid, they're made of pure metal, however the screws are tiny too short for my liking, and if you have considerably thin wires, you won't be able to connect them well, so that's a bit annoying. Instructions specify 3 different wiring configurations. You can have it as a switch without a wall switch. Well, why would you do this? You can have it with a single switch, and you can have it in two-way switching mode. Now, the only problem I have, even though the terminals are big enough, it is still suffering from the same problem as Shelly One. If you're interested in Shelly One, it's also 16 amps. It's in video there. Now, if you count the numbers of wires that are needed to actually operate this, you need 6 wires And ideally, like on Sonoff Mini, 6 terminals. Unfortunately, only 5 terminals are possible, so you'll end up using connectors, or you will double the wires, which is far from ideal. Now, because the device itself is already bulkier than Sonoff Mini or Shelly, there is a possibility you might run out of space if you're using additional connectors, which is, let's face it, just annoying. Inside, you will find an ESP8285, which is very much flashable. However, unlike with the Sonoff Mini device, there are no dev pads that you can control. There are 2 pads labeled as TX and RX, however be careful with them because these are set to a main voltage when the device is connected. There is also a small header with 5 pins, but it's not connected directly to ESP, and I couldn't figure out if I can use this to flash the ESP itself. So as it stands for now, the device was not flashable, and since I don't really use anything that doesn't work with Node-RED, I was slightly disappointed. So I promise you some good news at the end. Now, all that experience and all that frustration and me trying to look into ways to hack this device, get a Smota on it, failing, caused me to discover one thing. I've actually come across an API for eWelink, which means you can now introduce all eWelink devices to Node-RED, which is brilliant. This is something I'm going to cover in another video though. I've praised Shelly devices in the past for the ability of using Shelly Cloud and API in Node-RED while retaining all the functions of the Shelly app. Now it looks like similar things can be done with eWelink app, which was the biggest issue for me with Sonoff based devices or any eWelink based devices. This means I'll be able to connect a switch like this without flashing it with Node-RED or Home Assistant. For now, I'm just going to leave you with this. If you want a 16 amp rated device to use with eWelink app across your devices, that's fine, you can use that. If you are okay with something smaller, let's say at 10 amps, I would strongly recommend you to go for Sonoff Mini, which is slightly cheaper as well. If you're as excited about this as me, consider following me on the social media of your choice to get an update when the new video is up. And definitely I'll be talking about integrating all eWelink devices into Node-RED setup without flashing it. Will I still flash the Smota on Sonoff devices? Of course I will. But on the devices like this where I can't, that's gonna be my go-to method to integrate it in my home automation setup. As for now guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'm definitely going to see you in the next video. Take care. Bye. Follow, consider. Shh. Don't make laugh out of me.
Okay, turning off the unbranded Sonoff.
Alexa, turn unbranded Sonoff on.
To Wikipedia, Amazon Alexa, also known simply as Alexa, is a virtual assistant AI technology developed by
Follow up. Come on! Shh! Stop! Google, stop! Stop! Whatever you're doing, just stop.